Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new episode of AWW Power Surge. Today is August 12th, 2024. We have a lot to discuss from last Friday, as well as the next Friday's show coming up, and we also have a match in store for all you guys tonight here on Power Surge. I'm your host, TheAvatarWolf. Usually I'm joined by Jake, as always, but this week he has a vacation. And here at AWW, we allow our people to get vacations, you know that. And we wish Jake well on his vacation. But for right now, the show must go on. We're not going to wait next week to do another show. We have to do it tonight. So let's get into talking about what happened last week on AWW television. So the show started off in West Virginia on the 9th of August. The Iron Ace came out, who was very upset, very angry, making claims that Saigon was the man that hired this laughing joke of a man to attack him last week and distract him last week. And as Ace was going on and on, the man that was distracting him, making himself known, came on the television screen, making Ace know that his name is not Saigon. He's not affiliated with Saigon anyway. His name is Mr. Jack Bishop, and he then proceeded to throw Saigon into a bat of lights. And we've actually been able to get an injury report from the doctor about Saigon here, and we have not actually released this to the AWW Twitter, but tonight we actually can officially confirm that his injuries is multiple bruising, multiple lacerations on his arms and back, as well as second-degree burns from the fall damage and the electrocution and stuff like that. And we hope that Saigon here at AWW gets a full recovery. But yeah, it was crazy, and we'll see what happens between these two men. I mean, it looks like a big collision course is in store soon here on AWW. But hey, we're gonna be here for it if it happens, man. I'll tell you that right now. We then led to match number 1 here as Bacon Lord Boy took on his opponent, Turbs from the Tax Coalition. This was a nice back and forth contest. This was the debut of Bacon Lord Boy, who was showing a little bit of the crowd what he can do in AWW. But unfortunately for Bacon, even though the referee told Crusher to get the fuck out of there, Bacon still lost due to a distraction by Crusher on the ramp. And then, of course, that crazy Turbs hit the freaking tax evasion for the 1, 2, 3. Impressive debut by Bacon Lord Boy. He showed the crowd what he can do. However, distractions hurt him on AWW this Friday night. And then after the match, of course, in Coalition fashion, Omega, Turbs, and Crusher looked to beat down on the debuting Bacon Lord Boy, when all of a sudden out from the crowd, or not from the crowd, but from the ramp came high energy, super kicking Omega, super kicking Crusher, and putting Turbs in his place with a cardiac kick. It was a good match. I liked the match at all. I liked what I saw from Bacon. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen now going forward with this high energy and Bacon, little team up here. Bacon saved High Energy last week. High Energy returned the favor this week. I mean, something has to give soon, right? The Coalition got their asses kicked, and you know the Coalition well, guys. They're not just going to take that lying down. So expect them to try and get their comeuppance on Bacon Lord Boy and High Energy. After that, we go to a big match here as Tycoon took on Billy Rivers one-on-one in the middle of the ring. Billy Rivers just couldn't get any offensive going here on this matchup here, and Ty completely dominated his opponent. Didn't let Billy Rivers really get any shine at all in this matchup here. He just completely kept Billy Rivers down, hitting move after move after move, taking him completely out of it, and getting the 1, 2, 3 out the curve stomp. I mean, it was not a good match for Billy Rivers at all, and going forward, I hope Billy Rivers can figure himself out in AWW, because after that one win at Siege of the North Pin and Camo, Billy Rivers has been downhill from there. He lost the Camo in the rematch right there, and now he loses the tie. That's 2 in a row, so something has to give. Billy Rivers has to figure out why he's taking losses right now, and hopefully he does so sooner rather than later. After the contest, we had the AWW World Heavyweight Champion Andy the Ram Hero coming out, basically telling the world that Bobby Live is not ready. Bobby Live does not have the heart to win the championship. And that Bobby Live just doesn't have it. He's a great in-ring competitor, but he doesn't have what it takes to be an AEW World Champion. Of course, that made the man himself, Bobby Live, come out to actually respond to the man. And in doing so, he cut a very passionate promo this Friday. A very passionate promo. You guys should actually listen to it yourself if you guys have not already. It was a really good promo. People in the chat were cheering for Bobby Live, and it's not like, that's not normal for it to happen, you know what I mean? People were even saying that's his president right there. So, I mean, Bobby Live had a good showing this week on the microphone. Hopefully, he can get something done next week, as he has a match next week, and we'll talk about that when we get to the matches here. That's coming up on the show on the 16th in Memphis. We then get the match number 3 as Brett Matthews took on an NBL member in Berserker. Matthews having a great match, really taking the fight to Berserker, having a one-on-one square action here. Both men beating the hell out of each other. And in the end of the day, Matthews hit that Pittsburgh plunge for the 3 count. Berserker has really fallen from grace, honestly, in my opinion. He went from a strong, dominant Twitch champion to him not being able to hold up his slice of the pie, really, for the NBO. So you have to think that that has to be going through the mind of Berserker here. Maybe Buttscrew will take Berserker into the back like Ace does whenever his guys like lose big matches like that. They go out and train. Hopefully Buttscrew does the same for his men, as he couldn't beat Brett Matthews tonight. However, you know, at the Swamp, it's going to be Matthews versus Buttscrew in that death match. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be something special. Up next, we had a big vignette basically saying when D12 is coming. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when D12 makes their appearance on AEW and be known. But besides that, we don't really have any more details about it. Match number 4 was the number 1 contendership match for the AEW Women's Championship, and this was obviously my match that night. Gailey Jones versus Bozo the Clown versus Dyad. I said last week I think Dyad had the advantage. My partner in crime, Jake, said that he thinks Bozo's the favorite competitor. So, of course, to our surprise, Gailey Jones pulled out the upset and actually beat both and is now the number 1 contender for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, hopefully Gailey has, you know, watched Toyoma Kane as the women's champion. She's been very dominant this year. And Kane is no joke. You have to take her very seriously. If you don't, then you're going to have problems. Very big problems. Because Kane is not someone to mess with. But hopefully Gailey Jones steps up to the plate and gives the champ a run for her money. And hopefully dethrones the champ at the Swamp. Because it would be good to see some competition here in the women's division for Koyoma Kane. So we head over to segment 4 here as My Shoe actually had a response to the men that claimed they were going to beat up the champions in the parking lot. And they basically told Jeff and Swin, hey, we want it. We're ready. We'll defend these AEW Tag Team Championships in the parking lot. And AEW has officially made a contract here for both teams if they want to come to my office down the road, whenever you guys get a chance to. I have a contract here for My Shoe versus Jeff and Swin for the AEW Tag Team Championships at the Swamp in a parking lot brawl match. Now, if these two teams want to come in here and sign their names on the dotted paper here, this match will be officially scheduled for the Swamp. We will have the Tag Team Championships on the line in a parking lot brawl. The only way for a team to win is to be the last team or man standing. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, hey, it's going to happen on the Swamp if these two teams do sign this paper here that's in my hand right now. Hopefully they come along and they sign. Our main event of the evening here in West Virginia, we had Hollywood Primo taking on McCoy. McCoy coming out in new gear, fresh as always is McCoy, and McCoy gave Hollywood Primo a run for his money. It was a good contest and affair. McCoy didn't take any back seats or nothing like that. McCoy came straight at the man, the myth, the legend himself, Hollywood Primo. But at the end of the day, Primo was just too much to handle, and McCoy found out the hard way and actually lost to Hollywood Primo. And the Wise Man Band stood tall in West Virginia. However, I think McCoy got some bonus points from Primo and the fans here because he put on a hell of a performance on a regular show here on Friday night. But that's going to do it for our recap of our last week's show. Let's get into some power rankings here on Powersurge. So here is the official power rankings heading into our show coming up next week here. We are 1 week away from the swamp, and there's a date right there. And let's talk about the power rankings here. Now, last week we had a special power rankings where it was just based on the show. We got a lot of criticism from that from Powersurge itself, and we have decided to make a power ranking just gonna be going from the season in general in AEW. Now, this is going to be just strictly about what happened this season, and I'm going to explain why these 5 wrestlers are where they are right now here today. So we're going to start off with number 5 tonight. Here on the list is Bobby Live, who, coming off of last week, had a marvelous promo that got a lot of people excited for him, and a lot of people now want to see that AEW World Heavyweight Championship match between Bobby Live and Andy Ramiro, because they want to see if they have Bobby Live has heart. That's really what people want to see. They want to see if Bobby Live actually has the heart to really win the championship. And after that promo by Bobby Live, it's crazy to think about that people are actually invested in this man this week. So yeah, there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of people talking about it. Hopefully Bobby Live delivers on that when he goes against Andy the Ram Hero at the Swamp in 1 week's time. But only time will tell if Bobby Live is capable for the challenge, and I hope for his sake he is. Up next after that, we have Koyoma Kane at number 4. What do we have to say about the women's champion here? She has been a dominant women's champion since she won the belt at Southern's Comet. She's been taking on competitor after competitor, and she's defeated tough challenges in the likes of Batch at CJ North. However, a lot of people will basically say that she kind of is profiting off of a lack of a established women's roster here in AEW this year. What that means is that they don't think the women here are really established, because there's a lot more new women coming in, and like Koyoma Kane is not going to be wrestling Gailey Jones, who people don't really think is ready to be a women's champion yet. Like, people only think that Tokyo Kane and Batch are really the only 3 that's really ready to be women's champion. I disagree. I think there's a lot of women here in the roster that could be women's champion material. They just have to come out and show it. And I think sooner or later, you're going to see a woman who does come out from the shadows and show that she deserves to be women's champion. And she's going to give Koyoma Kane a run for her money. Let me just say that. At number 3, we have the Iron Ace. Now, usually this man would be in the 1 spot here on Power Rankings. This man would be the AEW World Champion. Last year he was at this time of day. But this year he is only at 3. He has really fallen down from grace. Really, this is not like his best year this year, but he still is a dominant competitor in AEW. If you don't believe me, look at the likes of who he's defeated in the past few weeks. Hell, not even weeks, months. He's beaten Saigon at Winter Solstice. He's beaten Alistair at Siege North. It's hard to say that Ace is like not in his prime right now, even if he's having the worst year of his career. I mean, like, you know, he might be having the worst year of his career right now, guys. Yes, 100%, no doubt about it. But he's still a dominant force, and honestly, a top 5 ranking list without Ace up there needs to prove, like, if Ace is not going to be in top 5 at all for, like, all time, he's won, obviously. He's the best wrestler probably in AEW history. But, like, if you have a top 5 list and you don't have Ace up there, then there's something wrong with you, because Ace is deserving of the 3rd spot. In the 2nd spot, we have the AEW Twitch champion himself, Epicat Final. Now, there's a lot to say about Epicat Final this year. He's been going through everybody that AEW has put in front of him. And I don't mean, like, just beating people. He is completely dominating. He is probably the most dominant Twitch champion that we've ever seen in the history of AWW. He is not slowing down. And for him to be at 2 is honestly kind of a crime. We could put him at 1 if we're being honest. I think he deserves to be in 1, but there is one little caveat to his reign right now that a lot of people have been saying on social media. And that caveat is that he hasn't faced a true challenge yet in AWW. He's been taking on these people that honestly people don't see as being a chance to really win the Twitch Championship. So, yeah, I mean, I think Final is probably the most dominant Twitch champion we've ever seen. I think his opponents have been deserving of the win the Twitch Championship. But when you have Final in there who's completely chainsawing people's legs off from the fucking ground up, it's hard to really win the Twitch Championship and to show that you deserve it when this man is, quite frankly, just dominant in every levels. And I think Final is going to prove that sooner rather than later. But he's going to have a hard time to take that #1 spot from this man, ladies and gentlemen. Until this man, whoever loses their championship first, if Final keeps his championship and this man loses his, I think Final takes the 1 spot. But I'm talking none other than Andy the Random Hero, who has been a marvelous AWW World Champion this year. Andy is that type of man. He gets the challenges, he shows up to them, and through thick and thin, even when it looks like he's down and out and he's the underdog, he wins matches. However, going into the swamp this year, this time around, he's more of the fan favorite. He's more of the favorite in the match. He's not the fan favorite. I guess he's a fan favorite against Bobby Live, but he's obviously not the underdog in this matchup going in the swamp against Bobby Live. I think Bobby Live is more the underdog. Bobby Live has a lot to prove at the swamp, ladies and gentlemen. And this man, if Bobby Live can somehow defeat him, it's going to be crazy for Bobby Live's career. But this man is on a whole nother level right now, folks. And I really don't know who can beat him and take that AWW World Championship from him. It's going to be a hell of a ride going into the swamp next week. But we'll find out what happens. And you know what? Since we're talking about the swamp, let's get to our let's get to our Powersurge match of the night. As we will have Mandarin going one-on-one with Matt Thigpen. Now, of course, if you guys are new to AWW, you know that we do not play theme songs here on the YouTube channel Powersurge. But if you want to hear the theme songs of these wrestlers, you can go over to twitch.tv/TheAvatarWolf and watch on Friday nights when we have our shows. Watch the shows in general and enjoy what you love to see, because that's where the theme songs come in. That's when we get to talk a lot about the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is for one fall, and making his way to the ring first, from Buffalo, New York, Mandarin. Mr. Buffalo Bill himself making his way to the ring tonight, making his way to the Powersurge Arena here. He's looking to get on the winning streak here. This is the second ever AWW Powersurge match. And I think Mandarin is looking to show an impressive feat tonight here on the show. Man, oh man, what do you have to say about Mandarin, man? Mandarin is such a strong competitor just in general. This man, he's strong, he's tough as nail, and his finisher, the Stampede, that dangerous running headbutt, can put men away. But he has a tough opponent as well, as this man's coming off of the biggest upset of his career as he defeated Thomas Kennedy a few weeks ago on AWW. I'm talking about Matt Thigpen. And his opponent, making his way to the ring tonight, from New Jersey, Matt Thigpen. It's Bills versus Ravens here on Powersurge tonight, as Matt Thigpen makes his way to the ring representing the Raven colors here. And Matt Thigpen, like I said, came off of a big win against Thomas Kennedy last time he wrestled on AWW television. tonight he gets to grace the YouTube channel, and he is not looking the happiest. I think he thinks that this show is beneath him. Well, tonight, I mean, if you want to prove that, you gotta prove it in the ring and beat Mandarin tonight. If Thigpen can do that, it'd be much lovely for his career. So this is going to be a match where the Alpha Water Slide takes on the Stampede, and whoever hits their big move first is probably going to be the victor in this contest. And we'll see whoever hits their big move first, as we have the Raven versus the Bill. Bill's at Ravens, Ravens at Bills. Whatever, big drop kick to start the match off here by Mandarin. And Mandarin now going on the offensive. Mandarin's not taking anything lately, but here comes Thigpen with a nice neck breaker. And here comes Thigpen, but nice reversal by Mandarin. Here comes those kicks, that deadly feet into a Russian leg sweep. Mandarin is trying to make this match go fast, balls to the wall, and you can tell just by the way he's wrestling. He's taking this very quickly to not waiting very long for moves here. Into the corner, big knee to the freaking chest. And Mandarin is feeling really good right now. The jizzle right there. And Mandarin, he's feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe Matt Thigpen came in this contest cocky, but right when I was about to say that, he gets a big reversal here, and now he's gonna size up Mandarin on the apron. Oh wait, here he comes! Over the top rope. As Mark Thigpen now is gonna remove the turnbuckle pad. What's this man thinking? Big zigzag right there by Mark Thigpen. He might be thinking of something here. Mandarin going for something, reversal into a big clothesline. Thigpen punches Mandarin in the face. Goes for the legs of Mandarin here. The technical versus a striker here, as Mandarin more of a striker and Thigpen more of a grappling type of wrestler. He likes to keep this match on the map, but Mandarin likes to strike. Referee gonna fix the turnbuckle pad. Nice reversal by Matt Thigpen. Matt Thigpen grabs him the Mandarin. Takes him over to the turnbuckle. And now Matt Thigpen picks him up, drops him down, sizing up Mandarin for something, goes for the cover. 1 count. Not enough to beat him, Thigpen. Second rope here by Thigpen. And Matt goes and hits the axe handle on the top, on the second rope here. And Mark is feeling it, ladies and gentlemen, but nice reversal right there. And big head blocked! The Stampede! And just like that, that Stampede hit him out of nowhere, and Mandarin pulls the victory here against Thigpen. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner's matchup, Mandarin. He hit the Stampede out of nowhere, folks, and just like that, Mandarin gets the job done here tonight on AWW. What a contest. What a match. Crazy contest, guys. Crazy show. And, like, that's just one match. We have, like, a lot more on the Twitch channel. Go to the Twitch channel, guys. I swear, go get it. In fact, you know what? Before you go, let's talk about the matches that's going to be happening next Friday here on the channel. This is being out on Monday, of course. So let's talk about the matches this Friday coming up here in Memphis, Tennessee, because we have a big contest. We have like a big show here tonight. So let's talk about it. The first thing we have to talk about is tonight we'll be, or on Friday we'll be hearing, on the 16th of August, we'll be hearing from Budscrew. I don't know what Budscrew's gonna say, but it has to do something with the death match between him and Brett Matthews going at the Swamp. It's going to be a marvelous match. And now, let's talk about our 5 matches here. As match number 1, we have Bobby Live, the number 1 contender for the World Championship, taking on a former AEW World Champion, the first ever AEW World Champion in Smooth. Now, I think this match is going to show if Bobby Live really has heart or not, because, I mean, this is the first ever Twitch World Champion. Smooth is not no easy competitor by any means, and Bobby Live is going to show that he can get the job done and actually, like, show that he has the heart to win matches tonight at in Memphis, Tennessee. And I think that the number 1 contender for the AEW World Championship has a good shot at beating Smooth. So I'm going to take Bobby Live over Smooth to win in match 1. Match 2, we have a debut as Emily Rankins will be going one-on-one with Lost in Tokyo. Now, this is a debut match for Emily Rankins. She's going to come in here having to face a former AEW Women's Champion in Tokyo, and I don't know if she's going to have enough to beat the former Women's Champion. And because of that, I'm going to have to take Tokyo, but I would not be surprised if we have another Julie Short situation where she completely dominates and impresses the AEW audience and pulls the upset out by beating Tokyo, but we'll have to see when future comes. Match 3, we have Lindy Juggler 90 taking on KX in what will be a nice contest here. KX having a big loss streak taking on Lindy, who's coming off of a win on Powersurge last week nonetheless. I'm taking Lindy to beat KX easily here on the show. Match 4, we have the filthy one, Max Cannon versus the NBO's, how do I put this, I guess, secret weapon and Camo Redneck. Max Cannon has been going through a lot this year, and Camo has probably been a lot more deadly and violent this year compared to previous years. So I'm going to take Camo to get the win tonight, win on Friday, against Max Cannon. And of course, your main event as TB12, Buzzy and Harry Thighs will be going one-on-one with the Wise Man Brand Epicat Final and Hollywood Primo together. This is the Twitch champion Epicat Final taking on his number 1 contender at the Swamp, Harry Thighs, but it's in tag team action. And honestly, that's where it comes down to, where I gotta question if the Wise Man brand really has the advantage in this contest. I know I've said that Final is number 2 and all, but in tag team matches, he hasn't really been the best, because honestly, him and Primo lost in a tag team match at Siege of the North. One-on-one matches, Final is completely dominant. He has not lost a match on AEW this season at all, but in tag team action, he has lost. So you gotta take that into account, and I'm gonna take TB12 to pull up the big upset and I think they're going to be the first ones to actually pin Epicat Final this Friday night and give Harry some big momentum going into the Swamp pay-per-view. Now, of course, if he does get pinned, his number 2 spot's going to diminish. Just being honest with you guys. But, hey, that's just my predictions. What are you guys' predictions? Put them in the comment section. Let us know what you guys think. But that's going to do it for Powersurge. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of AEW Powersurge in the future. I am the Avatar Wolf. Usually I have Jake with me for the outro, but instead it's just me. I'll see you guys next week for some Powersurge, and don't worry, Jake will be back from his vacation next week. I promise you that. Guys, take care. Hope I see you on Friday for some regular AEW action on the show. And until next time, I can't wait to see you guys again. Take care. Peace out. See ya.